charts. So Nick, Nuke's comments are blank.
A testament to his greatness. And as a wise man once said, show me the lie. This is a guy who's a multiple-time All-Pro, despite before Deshaun Watson came into his life 2.5 years ago, his quarterbacks were Matt Schaub, Case Keenum, Ryan Fitzpatrick, Ryan Mallett, Tom Savage, Brian Hoyer, TJ Yates, Brandon Whedon, and Brock Osweiler. And he still just produced. Guy like Nuke, Larry Fitzgerald, who's done it over almost 20 years with only a few years of solid quarterback play. It is in a dependent position like wide receiver. The guys who have been able to do it with a who's nobody of quarterbacks are the most impressive. It's not to say Michael Thomas wouldn't have been able to do it, but we don't know that he could have. We know beyond a shadow of a doubt that DeAndre would have been even better if the first 5.5 years of his career he wasn't dealing with a bunch of backup quarterbacks, Coach.
Yeah, what I said was this was 18% incorrect. And what I looked at him and Michael Thomas and Julio Jones was catch percentage. And his catch percentage is at 60%, and Michael Thomas is at 78%. So that regardless of who's throwing the balls that are catchable, how many do you convert? And he's converted at a lower rate than both those guys. Do I think he's great? I think he's outstanding. Do I think he could have been better with a better quarterback? Yeah. But the numbers are the numbers, and I know, Nick, you live by those.
There's nuance to them, sure.
Well, Nick, I wrote Trumpets Blare, and you know I've been lost for a while after this Tom Brady fiasco. Thank you, Justin. And Gronk's back in Tampa Bay, and you know I've tried to get behind Jarrett the Javelin, and I'm supporting you, Jarrett the Javelin, 100%. But my announcement is this. DeAndre Hopkins is my new favorite player in the NFL. My new favorite player.
Oh!
So for 15 weeks, they play the Patriots one, but for the rest of the time, DeAndre Hopkins, you can show up every Monday, or if you play Thursday night game, show up every Friday, and I will be unequivocally on your side, trumpets blaring, screaming your praises. You're my new favorite player. Congratulations, DeAndre Hopkins.
I like that. Big announcement.
All right. On to the Packers now. Apparently, their goal these days is to continually find ways to annoy Aaron Rodgers. Case in point, drafting Jordan Love. Second case in point, Matt LaFleur saying, quote, one area we really need to improve on is creating more explosive plays. Whew. Nick, LaFleur's comments on the Packers offense are blank.
Ironic, because you know who Matt LaFleur should have said that to instead of to America, to Brian Gutekunst the day before the draft. You know a good way not to create explosive plays? When your first 3 picks of the draft are a backup quarterback, a power back who is projected to go in the 4th or 5th round, and then an H-back. What year do the Packers, if you want explosive plays, the way to do it isn't to essentially draft a couple fullbacks and a backup quarterback. That ain't getting the job done. Well, at least in free agency, their big skill position acquisition was Devin Funchess. So yeah, more explosive plays. In other words, Aaron, if you could please do a little more of what you've been doing the last decade, which is create explosive plays despite us not giving you the requisite weapons to expect those explosive plays. I just wish LaFleur had said this to someone that could actually help Aaron Rodgers in this situation, Coach.
Yeah, I said this was lovely because it's going to frustrate Aaron Rodgers. So when you take a quarterback in the first round and then talk about explosive plays, but it's not just that. It's that they were 10th in explosive plays the year before LaFleur got there and dropped to 19th. So it's not that Aaron Rodgers doesn't have the capacity to do it. Now, in fairness to LaFleur, this is an offense that's built off of hard sell play action and throws down the field. So the better the running game is, the more effective the running game is, the better the opportunities for those big plays down the field.
Jen, I had confusing because I talked to Dusty about this, and he gave me a graphic that changed the way I looked at football, if we could put it up. I don't think you need big plays. According to this graphic, yeah, Packers were 19th. They did great. Chargers, fine. Raiders, not great. Chiefs, 22nd in big plays. Oh, Packers went 13-3, and the Chiefs won the Super Bowl. They're not having huge plays. So I don't know if you actually necessarily need big plays. There you go, confusing stat of the day.
Basically, Aaron Rodgers should have said, thanks for the compliment. On to Patrick Mahomes now. What do you do when